here with my friend Marissa. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
And we're doing a little look inside a putter fitting. So we've got a really cool new product from Odyssey that allows us to put some custom shafts and heads together. So I want to give this a try with you. This will be one of my first go at it's too, so I'm really curious to see which of these putters you really like. So a standard putter fitting should start with some questions like what I'm about to ask you. If you have a putt from say 15 feet, do you miss left, right, short, long? Do you have a pattern at all? Something come to mind?
Yeah, I would say that my tendency would to be miss left.
Okay.
I close my face a little bit too soon.
And that's an interesting one because that's a pattern of a better player like Marissa is. Most people who stand on the side of the ball and maybe don't play as much as you do or aren't as skilled at it tend to miss to the right. So I'm usually trying to build putters that are more leftward biased, but you need the opposite. So that's what'll make this a fun little experiment. Okay, so knowing that you miss to the left, we're going to find a putter for you, unless you object to this, that you either hit really straight or you actually have a bias towards the right. Does that sound
Lovely.
okay?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't think you'd argue with me, but I want to make sure we get that kind of agreement. Anytime you do a putter fitting or you start discussing putting, you need that sort of expectation between the two of you to get a good outcome. So first I want to start with, do you like the style of your putter right now?
I do,
okay.
Yes.
Anything you don't like about it, other than it looks like it's been through a few little anger management on the course perhaps,
No,
or
never.
it's been hit a few times by other clubs? They make putter covers for this. I know. Okay, so if you like that one, we'll try to find something because you're good at golf and good at putting that isn't too different than that.
Okay.
Or I'm going to let you take a look at all the different options up there. Maybe one of them stands out that you actually like. But so go ahead and set up to this black line as if you were going to hit a putt. And I know we haven't done this before, so I'm interested in what you think about this test. So I noticed that you hold down on this pretty low. Is that normal?
I do.
Choking down on it quite a bit? Okay. And then, so the point of this test, this is our GOLFTEC sight line, which is a cool way just to talk about the length and the lie of the putter. But when you look down this green line, the idea is that once you get down to this vertical white line, that they actually sort of intersect and the green line disappears. Do you feel like you see that okay right now?
I don't see it.
Okay, perfect. And then when you look down at the mirror, are your eyes over the green line, the black line, or this green line?
Black.
Okay, so pretty much over the top of the ball with that length of a putter. And I noticed that putter is 34 inches, so having a putter that's even a little bit shorter would be okay. It would be okay. This isn't something to really tinker with. This is a little bit of a learning experience, and anytime you take a putting lesson, this would be a good place to start too, is just calibrating your eyes. So good players like Marissa, you want to have that green line disappear into the white. That's actually pretty important because when you start to look down your line that you're trying to putt down, if where you're looking, this green line actually doesn't match the white line, which is the intended line you're trying to aim, then every time you're looking at a putt that breaks, you're actually looking down a different line than where you're trying to start the ball anyway. So that's not super productive. So first, that's good that you have that that skill and awareness already built into it, but that does tell us that you could get a little shorter putter. And then go ahead and sole that one more time on the ground. So from just looking at the lie angle of the putter as well, it looks pretty flat on the ground. There's not a huge error in the lie angle. So for example, you don't have the toe of the club buried into the turf, and you don't have the heel of the putter much lower than the toe either. So that standard lie angle that you're using is pretty common. Good?
Awesome.
So that's the two things we're kind of watching there, is where should you stand, how long should your putter be, and what should the lie angle be. Good?
Okay.
Okay. So the next one we're going to do is, now that we know that you need like at the longest, a 34-inch putter, as I'm putting a mirror, just affixing this onto her putter, and you'll see this golf ball that she's going to set up to now. I'll move this out of the way.
Thank you.
So set up to that ball as if you're aiming towards the cup that has the laser on it, and then you tell me when it feels like you're aimed as straight as you possibly can on this little 6-foot putt.
Okay.
Feel about right? Okay. So if I move this ball, you'll see a reflection of the laser and where you aim.
Ooh.
Is that surprising?
No.
No? Okay. All right. So
because I missed left.
Right. And that ooh of just excitement, which isn't excitement, it just tells you a little bit of the story. You had that putter aimed a touch left of the hole, almost at least half of a cup. Yeah, quite a bit. So a lot of the putter design can actually influence that. So you're set up to miss to the left, just at address. Most amateurs set up to the ball, and I'm sure this will shock you, but they aim the putter face tends to be too high and quite a bit to the right like that. So that's where I'm trying to build a leftward bias putter.
Okay.
But that's a pretty good test. We could do that one again.
Yeah.
So if you were going to practice, just setting up something like this would be good for your game. But
for the record, I do use a line on purpose.
Yeah,
So.
I understand. And there's nothing, there's really, you can do it either way. That's personal preference for sure. But for you, I'd always use that line.
Yeah.
Or even aim the line slightly to the right. Okay, feel like it's pretty good?
Yes.
I see you tweaking. I see what you're doing there.
Ah!
I know. It felt more to the right still, right? So you could spend a bunch of time with this if you want to keep your current putter, but I think we can build you a putter that actually aims you a touch more to the right.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to come back to that test. Tell me what you like on the wall here of different Odyssey putter heads that we have.
Yeah,
Don't pick a left-handed one. That's just a pro tip for you. So something similar to yours is really what you're grabbing there.
I'm definitely a creature of habit, so I like the way my putter looks.
So here you picked the OG. It's a great name for the Odyssey putter, and it's pretty similar. And then this one is the triple wide, so that one's even bigger than yours.
I'd be open to exploring here
I like
too.
both of those. Yeah, well, we're going to explore, I think, because
Okay.
I could see how that would benefit you quite a bit.
Cool.
There's one on the wall that I want to try with you second, because one of these putters I've found most people actually aim really straight. But let's try both of these.
Okay.
So you've got similar hosels, similar shapes and designs. Not much is different other than these are new, and yours look like they were that was made in the 50s.
I just practice hard, okay?
1,000 rounds. I know you hit the front side of the putter though, most of those. And then different options of shafts and grips. So we'll stick to like the 34-inch putters, and there's some 33s on there. Do you like you've got a massive super short grip on there. If you like those though, let's build something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start with, let's see how short we can get and still have a big grip on it.
We can keep it 34, and I think it's more important to have the bigger grip.
Yeah. Let's try a few different ones. This one's actually a 35-inch shaft.
Okay.
But a similar grip to what you've got there.
Perfect.
These are pretty cool because they don't really require a whole lot of work to actually put on. Just put the grip on somewhat straight and tighten this up. And we have a new Stroke Lab shaft, which is red and cool, on this triple wide putter, which is really similar to yours.
Okay.
So just swing that around a little bit. I think we're done with this for a little while. Can you make a few putting strokes with that and just swinging at air?
Oh. Okay.
And I'm kind of curious of what your initial take is on the putter head itself.
Yeah, I like it.
Feel okay?
I do, yeah.
So let's do that same aim test again.
Okay.
And I'll throw this mirror around one more time. Don't think you were expecting to realize you aim almost a cup to the left when you got on an airplane today to come here, but surprise. So there are a couple things you could do as a player. If you were going to just work at this, I'd practice aiming. To you, this has to look like that white line is aimed pretty far to the right for you to get the alignment right. Or you just slowly start tinkering around with some of these heads. Pretty good? You sure?
I mean, off of instinct, yes.
Well, everybody here is watching, so if you screw this up again,
it'll be a good
they're going to know.
Ooh.
Okay, a little bit to the right. So some of that is you just adjusting. Some of it is the putter just looks a little bit different.
Okay.
Having a little bit larger line and not so much. You have a line that's actually running for you perpendicular to the target line. I think that starts to make you look further back on the putter, which can help you close that. It just looks more open.
Interesting.
Because of that.
Oh, I see.
So in a perfect world, I'd probably use one of these that didn't have a line at all, or it would have like a little dot or a line just on the top of the putter, and that might help you aim a touch more to the right. That's a good try anyway. So instead, we'll put this double wide here, and I'm going to give you another huge grip, but this one's 35 inches still, so it's a little bit too long.
Okay.
We're done with yours, but let's give this a shot now. So yeah, you as a professional rock star player have choices. Practice your aim with your putter or just tinker around with some different ones. So that's a bigger grip from Odyssey again.
Okay.
Uh-oh, what was that noise? Tell me more about that.
I don't like looking at that.
You don't like that one?
No.
Okay. Well, we can stop right there.
No.
Honestly, no.
Let's see.
I'm with
you. It's just
you.
not pretty. That one's much more...
What do you not like about it?
Sharp looking.
Okay. Sharp looking, all right. Well, let's aim this one time. Then I promise to take it out of your hands.
I actually do think it looks pretty seamless to aim.
Okay, looks easier.
Yeah.
Tell me when you're ready.
Okay.
You sure?
Yes.
Positive?
Yes.
All right, you don't sound too certain. Pretty
Boom.
good. It's aimed very straight, a little bit towards
right,
the right
yeah.
edge. So this style of putter,
Interesting.
and you like the black one with much, it's really just got like a sharper back to it.
Yeah. And this looks like
and that longer line.
Like smaller.
It is. It's
Yeah.
definitely. That's why that one's called the double wide, and this is the triple wide. See what they did there? Yeah. All right. So let's find something else kind of like that triple wide with how you aim it. And those were the two you picked. I'm a little curious about a few others. This is another one from Odyssey with a fancy insert. It's got some triple track design, which I think a lot of people actually aim pretty straight just with this triple track. So I'll explain what that one is. You go ahead and hold it. You see the white section in the back of the putter? And it's got a blue line, 2 blue lines and a red line in there. All those lines do help you see down the direction you're trying to aim a little bit better. So I find a lot of people actually aim this really well. Let's put it to the test though. Tell me what you think.
Okay.
Got it? A little bit to the right, but that's better than to the left. So all of these are pretty similar. Rather square kind of backs to them, a little bit longer than a traditional blade, and some kind of aid there, but not one that runs perpendicular to the target, just one that's parallel to it has been pretty good. Okay, I got one more to try. What did you think of this thing though, when you put it down?
I like the way that one looks better. I know it's similar, but I think the color, whatever it is, it's more appealing to the eye.
Gotcha. So the black putter you had originally, is that what you're saying? Did I get that right?
Oh, I was actually talking about that one.
Oh, you like this one better? Okay.
Either one of those.
Either one of those? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Big part of this, as you can tell, Marissa, is just making sure I understand what you're saying. Because that way we can get to a decent outcome. So I do really like this one, so I'm going to unscrew that longer shaft with the bigger grip again and try this one.
Okay. Oh, wow.
I know. Oh, wow is usually what people say. So I actually have this because I was super curious about this putter design as well. So this one is the 11 with the line on it. So you get a nice tight shot of that one. It's got a wizard on that camera. It'll look good. So I like that. Go ahead and hold this. And I'll unscrew this shaft.
Wow.
Now it's different in that it's a much bigger mallet than what you're used to.
Yes.
But that really long line that's parallel to the target, that's what I've been pleasantly surprised with how people aim that. Now that's usually the error that people have when they aim to the right. I've found this one's been helpful. I'm curious to see what happens with you as a left aimer, if this really does help you aim straighter.
Okay.
Okay, so set up to that one.
Oops.
Like the grip? Feels okay. It's a little longer than what you need, but it's close, right? Say when.
Okay.
Really straight. Let's try that one more time. Go ahead and back out of the putt and approach it like you would-ish on the golf course. You might stand back where that camera is, and that would be a little weird. So this really long white line does tend to do that to people, I think.
Okay.
Ready? Pretty straight again. And that's about the right height off the wall. A lot of players like you that do aim to the left. And I tell someone, okay, now aim straighter. They tend to lean the shaft forward a lot. You know, so that green dot goes down quite a bit. And then you're more or less driving the ball into the ground, which it doesn't help you with the dispersion of the depth of the putt. You tend to have much more shorter and longer. More loft on a putter is really good for everybody. Not even like 3 degrees, but sometimes more than that.
Yeah.
So all 3 of these you aim pretty well. That one was the straightest. The other 2, the triple wide, you like the most, I think. When you put it
I know
down.
this mallet, I feel strange. The stroke feels strange.
Different.
So even though I might aim it well, I know that the stroke I'm not huge on.
That's all right. So let's, we'll take that into account. I want to have you hit a couple with it just to see what it's like. But
let's do it.
It looks like your leader in the clubhouse right now is your triple wide. And all 3 of these are going to be good, especially with your skill level. Once you just hit 10, 15 putts with all of them, you're going to know what you like. So I'll take that mirror off. We're done with that. And let's hit a couple putts down here to the last hole. So I know which one you like best, and knowing that you can't make a wrong decision. That was the one you wanted in the beginning.
Really?
You just knew it, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
No, yeah.
I'm being honest.
So yeah, we'd get that in 34 inches. If you like that lamb kick grip, we can do that. We've got some other ones though. That would be, I'd be curious to see you just grab these and hold them. So I think a big part of the fitting process is just being able to swing around some other grips.
Yeah.
So I can put heads on them, but I just want to hand you a couple and see if anything sticks out. They're similar.
I haven't tried that one. I would like
They're
to.
the big foam grips that you have, and we can pop that on that putter head too if you find with whichever one of these you really do like the best.
Is there one that's a little bit bigger in this like flat triangle?
Try this one.
Oh, okay.
See what you think of that.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I don't know about
No? All right. Well, that's good. That's actually, this is a new one by Super Stroke just for the claw.
Oh, it is.
A little more
Okay.
regimented towards
Right.
that. This was really the biggest one. Most similar to yours.
Yeah.
Want to try that one on there?
Sure.
Let's do that. It's super easy to do, and that's the way you know exactly what you like. Thoughts so far? Any questions?
No, it's
Seem
good.
okay?
Yeah.
It's a lot of trial and error, and
So to confirm the difference between the putter faces was the type of material that's on the face, and that just makes it feel different.
yeah.
Does it actually come off more hot or less?
Well, typically these are going to come off a little bit slower. The ball speed goes down
Okay.
with the softer faces. You would adjust to that pretty quickly. The average player who comes up short a lot, I think sometimes the harder faces give you more ball speed, and that's a better choice.
Okay.
I know you don't miss short or long too much, so I wouldn't play around with that. I'm gonna hit a couple putts with that one. So what do you think? Is that the right grip over the other one?
Yes.
Yeah, I like that one better. Can't blame me. It looks cool. Fashionable. So that's what I would do with you.
Awesome.
Being an expert putter. That's not a whole lot different than an amateur who doesn't putt well. Might ask a lot more questions and be much more particular about which heads to grab.
Okay.
Some of them do aim more to the right or to the left like you experienced, but you want something pretty similar to what you had that had a slight more bias to the right. That's what you got here. I probably could have put together 5 or 6 that would have done that too, but that's the one you seem to like the most, so that's the one you should get.
All right, thank you.
Seems easy, right? Sure, no questions? You good with that?
No, it's great. I love that. Thank you.
So there's a look inside of a putter fitting. If you get a putter fitting experience and it's not somewhat similar to that, you probably did it wrong. You were in the wrong place. They should all start with questions, then a test of how do you aim your putter, dial in the aim direction pretty early on in the process. Doesn't have to be in the same order we just did it. At some point you should address the aim of the putter and get a putter style that you like the look of and that matches the miss tendency you have. It's not that hard. Seems pretty easy. Well, thanks, Marissa. I appreciate it.
Thanks
for watching.